Thank you.
CombiBox numbers through 4. Average per round. Arce 26 out of 110. Alvarez 24 out of 68. When one guy is throwing 110 punches per round and most of them are power punches and he's landing at an appreciable rate, he's got the best chance to win a decision. So Alvarez is going to have to hope that his well-chosen counter punches, landing flush frequently as they are, can hurt Arce as the fight goes on.
You know, coming into this fight, Jim, because Alvarez came in overweight, I was reminded of a fight we saw a couple of months ago with Too Sharp Johnson, who had been a really dominant, outstanding flyweight, but he couldn't make the weight. And after 5 or 6 rounds, he decided that that was enough. He didn't want any more of this from a young guy. Let's see how Alvarez does this.
Lennox, it seems it can be helpful to boxing when the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the sport is popular and has a large fan following. Sugar Ray Robinson, Sugar Ray Leonard, Roy Jones later in his career. Should Floyd Mayweather be concerned about how he relates to the public, or is his job simply to keep winning fights?
I think his job is to keep winning fights and definitely, you know, obviously do his public service and, you know, give the public what they want. Like you said, he's an entertainer out there, and he's on stage every time he steps into the ring, so he wants to go out there and definitely perform and in his words shine, and he's definitely doing a good job at that.
You know, Jim, I don't know why there isn't room to do both. In other words, fighters have a lot of time between fights, and even when they're training, they have time on their hands. So you don't have to do one to the exclusion of the other. Although certainly Judah has done that before this fight, freezing out the media because he says he had to concentrate on the fight itself.
Well, I mean, some people think that he was saying that just to justify what he had said after losing to Baldomir in January, which was, I had to do too many interviews last week of the fight at the behest of Don King.
Well, I know when I'm boxing, I don't really like to talk to the media. I'm really focused. I just want to go in there and get the job done. I can talk to the media afterwards, after I've won.
But there's a responsibility that at least you show up and you know, you're...
He said it affected him, so, you know, this time he's trying a different method. And, you know, you have to do whatever works for you.
We will see if Zab Judah rises to the level of effectiveness he is trumpeting for himself tonight. And if so, maybe it was a good thing to avoid media in the weeks leading up to the fight.
Come on, take it as protection. Give him some water.
Rosendo, tiene que moverte más. Tu
You
guardia
gotta
más arriba,
move
¿ok? Estás cogiendo mucho
quicker.
golpe.
You're taking too many shots. You gotta move back. Don't be taking those punches. Come on, he takes a lot of punches, so get him. I'm gonna hit him in the body. It hurts him.
It hurts everybody. Thomas and Mack Center is filling up. Good-sized crowd already on hand. Zab Judah and Floyd Mayweather mentally preparing in their dressing rooms for the main event. Jorge Arce and Rosendo Alvarez trading leather in the ring. As Larry told you, Arce's 112-pound world title not at stake here tonight because Alvarez weighed in at 115. Couldn't make weight for the fight.
There's another factor, one of the crazy sanctioning mob rulings. There is somebody in the WBA, I believe that is the flyweight champion of the world, a unified flyweight champion. So Arce is an interim champion, a sub-champion. we can't get enough champions.
Way to distribute more belts, right?
More belts, more sanctioning fees. The more the merrier, and sometimes the more the sadder.
This is beginning to become a little bit more one-sided than we might have expected, Lennox.
I agree. Arce is definitely taking control of the fight. He's throwing a lot of punches. I'm surprised. This round kind of took the punch count a bit lower, but the last couple rounds he's been throwing a lot of punches.
An astonishing number, yes, really. I mean, sort of like Jose Cotto in the preceding fight. Arce's been throwing 125, 130 punches in the round. Just imagine if you did that some night. Just imagine if you went out some night and threw 120 punches around.
I don't think anybody can keep up with me.
Oh, left hook to the body, and Alvarez puts the knee down.
This is where Too Sharp Johnson didn't get up, if you recall, and I think in this very same round.
Alvarez actually told his corner.
Same thing. Virtually the same thing that happened with Too Sharp Johnson and Johnny Gonzalez.
Alvarez told his corner, I'm going to hit him in the body. I think I heard him.
Yeah.
I'm going to hit him in the body.
I mean, Arce told him that. Yeah, that's exactly right. Arce called the shot, as Lennox points out, saying to the corner, I hit him in the body, it'll hurt him.
You know, that's the end of his career, presumably.
Well,
Arce,
I mean, he's a terrific fighter, Alvarez, with a long and outstanding career. But unfortunately, as the rounds went on, he became, for Jorge Arce, just another lollipop.
And, you know, facing an older fighter who will come out and give you the best he's got for a few rounds, but it's not enough. We've seen this scenario many, many times. And as I've indicated, the last time just a couple of months ago with
Absolutely.
Too Sharp Johnson.
That was on the undercard of Fernando Vargas and Shane Mosley. Johnson writing finite to his career after a moment very much like that one. And this is the second body punch knockout we've seen tonight. Julio Cesar Chavez starched his opponent with exactly the same punch. Remember Bernard Hopkins against Oscar De La Hoya? Remember Arturo Gatti against Leonard Doring? Over and over and over in the past few years, we have seen one punch, body shot, knockouts.
It's so interesting. I mean, we've seen, seems like thousands of punches landed in the last two fights, most of them on the head, and yet the only knockdown comes from a body blow.
I repeat, in my next life, the left hook to the body. Let's go to Michael Buffer for the official particulars.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes at 1 minute, 54 seconds of round number 6. The winner by knockout victory, and still WBC interim world flyweight champion, Jorge El Travieso Arce.
Final CompuBox numbers for Jorge Arce and Rosendo Alvarez. You see that Arce landed 19 more punches, threw exactly 250 more punches in 5+ rounds. And the lower connect percentage for Arce didn't mean a thing because it was the sheer abundance of power punches that ultimately did Alvarez in. Power punches, and this was, of course, the story of the fight because there were very few jabs, really. Arce 132 out of 492 and Alvarez 99 out of 241. All in all, another dominating victory for the fighter who has become world dominant at 108 and now at 112 pounds, Jorge Arce.